Before we continue, I just wanted to mention, I mentioned on Shabbat, our new Rosh Madrichim for next year. And I want to introduce him here now because he's here. I want to say hello to Ari Gershon. After hearing how important Yaakov's role as being intimidating was as being Rosh Madrichim, we looked for someone who was more intimidating. It's hard to find, but the truth is Ari is a real sweetheart and a real caring person. Also, for those who need a little bit, Baruch Hashem, he won't let us down. And we're looking forward to another excellent year. And big shoes to fill, but we're sure that Ari can fill them. Mirza Hashem, Shakach. I'd like to call upon now Nati Wind. Thank you.
I was told to keep this under 20 minutes. Just kidding. I was only told to keep it under 2, but it's very, very difficult to do that when you talk about somebody like Reb Dan. Reb Katz, Dan the Man, also known back in IO days. On a personal note, Reb Dan and I go way back. Always from a young age, I saw Reb Dan always standing up there next to Chana in IO in Mosheva. And he was always like dancing and instilling a lot of ruach into all the kids and really making sure everybody's in their own place and everybody's having a good time. But still, within Misgeret, we should all be understanding that it's all for, we're happy in Shabbos specifically when we dance in the Charocha. And I really looked up to him and I saw that this is really a very special person. The thing is, I did not know that he was a rabbi at all. I saw that he was on the list of Rebbeim of Ramim in Yeshiva. I said, I know that guy. That guy's crazy. But over the year, I've really gained a true appreciation and really big respect for, even more respect for Rebbeim. He's one of those guys you can always go to talk about anything. Anything whatsoever, be it Torah, be it about Eretz Yisrael, or even just even Cholent. Lots of discussions about Cholent.
Discussions about children? I don't believe it.
He's really one of those the pillars in the Beit Midrash. Really helps everybody go on the right path and to help get their own chizuk so they can continue on the right path. And Reb Dan, we really appreciate everything that you've done for us in Shana Aleph, and we look forward to even more into a really excellent year next year in Shana Bet for those of us who are staying, and for those who are not. Maintain a kesher because he's a special guy and stick him close.
The last speaker of this round, I want to call upon Sammy Schwartz.
So I just want to begin by reiterating something that Yaakov Schiff said at Rav Horn's on Thursday night. Yaakov said that when he went home for Pesach, that everyone was asking him, what's your favorite part about yeshiva? You've been there for a while. What do you like the best? And Yaakov said that it was a tough question. There's a lot that you can like about yeshiva. But one thing that he said that he could for sure confidently tell everybody is that the Rebbeim in yeshiva are just amazing. And I haven't been home yet this year. Tomorrow I will be.
You've been home all year.
What? I haven't been in Teaneck all year. And no, but I know that in advance that when people ask me what your favorite part is, one thing I can also tell them is that the Rebbeim and Yeshiva are what really makes our Kotel unique and an amazing place. And on that note, I was asked specifically to speak about Dovi. Where do I begin with Dovi? There really is so much to say. When I was thinking about how to describe Dovi and what he does, I was thinking like when you graduate, whether like 8th grade graduation or high school graduation, a lot of times in your yearbook, people have like the in 20 years, what someone will be in 20 years. And you have like your cheese, who's probably like president of the U.S. or something like that. Kids like me think they're going to be the running back for Ohio State or something like that. And usually those things, they don't usually come true. I think I still have a shot at running back, but we'll see. But I'm thinking like, if someone were to guess Reb Dovi, like in high school 8th grade, what he'd be, I think it'd be pretty much impossible to 0% chance that someone would describe what he would do. For someone to just be like, oh yeah, Reb Dovi, he's gonna be Rebbe in Yeshivat Hakota, afternoon seder, night seder. He'll also be working Morasha, assistant rabbi BMP there. Also, he's gonna be at Lev Shlomo. He's gonna be running Niggin of the week. He'll also be the #1 Giants fan living in Eretz Yisrael.
Dubin had it.
They're not living in Australia. Soon. So this really just goes on and on. Personally, I've had the great privilege to have a personal relationship with Reb Dovi, partially because I spend most of my day with him, afternoon Seder, Meshiv, night Seder, my Chabura, going to Niggin of the week, everything like that. But I think that I can pretty confidently say that everybody everyone here had like their own sort of relationship with Reb Dovi, because that's the kind of person, the kind of Rebbe he is. And everyone has like their own personal stories and inside jokes and everything like that with him. That's like Yahav, or that's jokes that everybody knows, but things like that. And Reb Dovi has this like unique style to him where he brings excitement and fun into everything he does and all the learning that we do. And whether it's in his practical halacha, or having him alav malka at his house with pizza and fruity pebbles for dessert. I don't know who does that, but it's a brilliant idea. Fruity pebbles for dessert. Or whacking at chabura, or just schmoozing, whatever it is. He brings this fun and excitement to everything. So I just wanted to thank Reb Dovi personally for everything that he's done for me this year. And also, I think if there's one person in yeshiva who really helped me in the beginning with the transition from high school to yeshiva, I think that person is definitely Reb Dovi. Definitely made that easy for me. So again, I'd like to thank him for me, and on behalf of everybody, for the relationship that he's built for all of us, and what he's taught all of us, and I hope that we can continue that, really all of us can continue that relationship in the future and continue to learn from him.
Now, one of the special things that we brought to yeshiva was the Niggin of the week, and we'd like to ask Jeremy to get us started.
There's a lot to say about Shammai, but from the very beginning of Elzman, we heard about the importance of setting goals, ensuring that we maximize our time, and use the year that we had to the best of potential. So Shammai never really said anything to us about this. We had bads with him, we interacted with him a lot. He never really mentioned this. We really made the point anyway. And I guess the format that he used was stronger than any of the speeches that we actually heard. All we needed to hear him say was simple hadron. We've heard it a lot in yeshiva. We heard one today. But the thing that was different about it was the opening. It was Hadron Lef Talmud Bavli. When he finished Talmud Bavli in the middle of the year. So to reach that place, it takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of scheduling. It's a lot more than a year though. Demands a vision of the future, self-confidence to really make a concrete plan that takes much longer than a year. Since even on the small scale, even without that large vision of planning, and on the small scale, he always plans ahead. Every time yeshiva ran out of food by a Tuesday, and he was giving vadek that week, he always brought enough sunflower seeds for everybody, kilos and kilos worth. Thank you for that. So both short-term and long-term, thanks for really being a paradigm for us of the hashkifa mentality, looking forward, always making sure that you know what you're doing, maximizing opportunities, and we're really looking forward to maximizing our time with you next year as our Shalom Mission for Shana Beth. So thank you very much, and I'll have to jump into the stage.
I want to call upon Mr. Jack Urak. I'm sorry. We want to call upon Cheeks. Apologies.
So, we're going to have to speak about Rav Cutler. And you can't really start speaking about Rav Cutler in this fashion without starting by quoting him. Whenever Rav Cutler gets up to introduce someone while speaking, whether it's Seltzer at a GM on Seder Kacham last week, or his Rebbe Rav David Miller when he was here, he always starts that saying that it's not mikdash shvacho b'fanav, that can't really, anything I say can't amount to what you can really say about Rav Cutler. So I know, for me personally, my first interaction with Rav Cutler was towards the beginning of senior year. Truly, I wasn't really considering Hakotel at all. But one day I walked into the gym in Flatbush, and a lot of the yeshivas were represented. And I walked over to Rav Cutler to introduce myself and say hello, because I have a strong connection with his brother. An hour later, I was done. That was it. His passion for the yeshiva, and then the next night in the Frisch, my parents were won over in just a short amount of time. So, skip a couple months later, and I know everyone's connection with Rav Cutler starts right away. We walk out of the glass doors in El Al, and Rav Cutler was the first face we see, walking up, giving a big hug to everyone, and starting to dance in bed. And then throughout the year, I know Rav Kargan mentioned when he introduced him speaking yesterday that one word you can use to describe Rav Cutler in yeshiva is his presence. In the base, you walk in, you can always hear Rav Cutler no matter where you are, whether he's screaming Trinkum on the court or Holy Bowling in the base. Rav Cutler just, and 2 Shabbatim ago, I was at Rav Cutler's house, and I know one of the guys in the community mentioned the same thing. You can hear him from blocks away. So, guys know I've been at Rav Cutler a lot I've been invited him a lot for Shabbos, and I was there before Pesach. And one of the things that Rav Cutler and I spent a lot of time doing Daf Yomi together in yeshiva, at his house. And whenever we plan out to do Daf Yomi, we never cover what we're supposed to be covering. We'll plan out for Shabbos to do Fridays and Shabbos and Daf together, and we'll start, and one of us will not have finished Thursday's Daf, and we'll barely get through Friday's Daf. There's so much going around, whether it be at his house with the kids running around, or even in yeshiva, we'll be learning on a Thursday night, and every 5 minutes someone's coming up to talk to him, or I remember the night the alumni started coming back a couple weeks ago, everyone came over to give him a hug and speak to him. But I understand, he's a popular guy, a lot of people want to come talk about him. One last thing that I've learned from Rav Cutler a lot, being at his house, that I hope to do with my family, is that one of the most important things for Rav Cutler, I know, is that every Friday and Shabbos he says he has with his children to learn. I know we were talking last Shabbos about things for next year, and we were talking about, I know some guys had an idea for Friday morning, and he said we should talk to some staff about maybe joining as well, but Rav was like, I apologize in advance, but I can't. He cannot miss his Friday morning learning with his children. His dedication to his family and to us in yeshiva, it's a pleasure to see him, and a lot to learn from him.
Okay, we want to call upon Adin Kanev.